There once was a boy named David, and the world that he saw was splendid. From spiders to ants, grandma's white hairs and frayed hems, no detail bored David. His days were filled with magic. "Come here, David," Papa would call whenever he saw a peculiar thing. "Can you see that?" he would ask with a wink and a grin. And peering closely, David would see melted rainbows on black beetles' backs, woven mysteries on Grandpa's wrinkled neck, flecks of dust that danced in the sunlight. How tall Papa was as he stood by his side. "Can you see that?" David would ask Papa, pointing at a lonely balloon in the sky. "Did you see that?" Papa would ask David in return as a plane flew by. There was nothing too big. There was nothing too small. Looking carefully at the huge world they lived in, the simple was beautiful, and David wanted more. But little by little, like a watercolour painting, the lines in David's world began blurring. He tried squinting. He tried frowning. He tried rubbing his eyes and opening them wider. He tried everything he could, but nothing was working as it should. Mama took David to the optometrist. She wanted to have his eyes checked. "What do you see, David?" He pointed at some letters on the board. "Can you see that?" Row by row, they went through the alphabet until they stopped looking fuzzy. They started looking clear. And a few days later, David went home with his first pair of glasses. They were heavy on his face. They kept sliding down his nose. They felt uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable. He looked up and saw a spider scuttling across the ceiling. He looked down and saw his old friends, the ants. He looked across and saw Grandma with a few more white hairs. The glasses were like a new pair of eyes into his magical world. But he hated those glasses. He hated how he looked in them. He hated that he needed them. He hated how he felt wearing them. He hated that he couldn't move freely with them. He decided he wasn't going to wear the glasses. Not in school, anyway. "Come here, David," Papa called one day, noticing a peculiar thing. "Why aren't you wearing your glasses in school?" David stared at the ground in silence. How could he tell Papa that they were uncool? "I hate how they look," David finally answered. "I feel like a fool," he teared. "I look like a nerd." Papa looked at David in silence. Then, grasping him by the shoulders, Papa led him to the dresser. "Can you see that?" Papa asked, pointing at the young man in the mirror. "What you see, David, is who you will be. The things that you focus on in life become big. Do you see bad, hating what doesn't matter? Or do you see good, which makes you feel happier? When I look at you, I don't see your glasses. I see the man you're becoming as each day passes. What do you see, David, when you look in the mirror? Can you see what I see? Can you see that?" And peering closely, David could see a young man in search of the world's best materials. Fancy glasses and frames with special, intricate details. Happy people proudly wearing things that he'd made. Two young boys looking at something as he said, "Can you see that?"